All right, so in this video, we're going to look at how to calculate the area of a trapezoid. So the area of a trapezoid equals 1/2 the height of the trapezoid times base A plus base B. So that's just the top and the bottom. So A is the top base and B is the bottom base. It doesn't always have to be top and bottom. It could also be right and left if it was oriented, actually like this one, where we have a left and a right instead of having it top and bottom. But normally we have them oriented. Top and bottom are the bases. So the bases that I'm talking about are the ones that are parallel to each other. So a trapezoid only has one pair of parallel sides, not two pair of parallel sides. For this one, if we're on a coordinate grid, we would count the distance for each base and then the distance for each from each base to the height. Okay, but in this case, we're actually going to be given this, so we're going to calculate it based off just this diagram, and then we're going to look at it on a coordinate grid in just a moment. So A in this diagram is 3, and B in this diagram is 19. So we can see that down here. I have A, the top is 3, and B, the bottom is 19. I can also see the height. The height is always going to be the dotted line that's perpendicular to the bottom. So make sure that you're paying attention on that one, because that height, it should always be on the inside of the diagram or the very side of it. It may not be a dotted line if this is in fact the side of the diagram. So now we're going to plug this in. So we're going to have the area of the rhombus is 1/2 times 8 times the sum of 3 plus 19. So first we need to do 3 plus 19. We get 22. And now we can do times 8. So 8 times 22 is 176. And whenever I say times 1/2 or times any fraction, it really means divide by the denominator. So divided in half or divided by 2 is 88 inches. Oop, that should say squared. That's the wrong darn unit. Make sure that you're selecting your correct unit, because I would have been marked wrong on this if I had put this on Alex. All right. So I've crossed this off because this is kind of a little bit different. This has to do more with rhombus, and we're going to look at a trapezoid here. It was just on the paper wrong. So what is the area of this trapezoid? So if we're given a trapezoid in a coordinate grid, we're going to use the 1/2 times its height, and then multiply by base A plus base B. So on this one, this is one that is right and left, right? So the bases are parallel, and we just need to figure out how long they are. Okay, so to determine how long this one is, if I look at the y coordinate, because the x coordinate's the same, right? They're vertical. So I went 4 above the line here, I went 3 below the line here. So this is 7 units long, because it's 4 minus -3, which is really 4 plus 3, which is 7. So now I can do the same thing on this one. I have 6 units above and 5 units below, so it's going to be 6 minus -5, which is really 6 plus 5, which is 11. So now I know my two bases. I do need to know my height, and I can measure the height across anywhere. And this is what I'm going to use the x coordinates, so it doesn't matter if I use the x coordinates from the bottom two or from the top two. They're the same. It's 1 and 6 or 1 and 6. So I just want to know the difference between those. And since they're both positive, I'm simply just going to subtract 1 and 6. So 1 minus 6 gives me a distance of 5. So now I have my pieces, and I can go ahead and calculate the area here. So 7 plus 11 is 18. 18 times 5 is 90. And half of 90 is 45 square units. So that is how you calculate the area of a trapezoid on a coordinate grid. So I hope that helped, and I'll see you in the next video.